Hi there, and welcome to Stop, Drop, and Roll Initiative, a Dungeons and Dragons podcast with me, Martin MacAllistair, as the Dungeon Master. I'm going to be joined by some of my good friends. You know him, he's a podcaster and streamer. He is Satsunami, Robotic Battle Toaster, a Twitch streamer, and ordinary human and Canadian, Andrew. Let's see what our party have in store for us today.
Welcome to the game. Here we have a quick intro and then we'll meet our characters. The world is in disarray. As always. A few years ago, a Dark Lord ruled the planet, but like all Dark Lords and evil in power, it was eventually wrestled away from him. The resulting power struggle has flung the world into chaos. New governments, new kings, and even new gods have appeared. In the middle of this planet, in the middle of an ocean, lies Greentop Island. His people drew the ire of the Dark Lord during his reign, and he ravaged the lands and left the people to rebuild. But on this very island is where our story begins, in the ramshackle town of Sauron Port. It's definitely seen better days, but it's a still welcoming place. There's farmers markets and ships and all good stuff that Port Town needs. Including, just situated off the side of the market square, a pub named the Drooling Dragon. A crooked sign and unpainted door gives way to a surprisingly homely pub. Today it's busier than ever. A hand-painted poster has been hanging outside for the past week. Help wanted. A famous adventurer needs you. Apply within this Sunday. So, what is everybody's characters doing in this pub?
I am probably going to be helping people out at the bar, being a gentle ear for people to talk to and finding out the local gossip on the area.
I'm going to be sitting in the corner, trying to blend in with the others as a large tortle, drinking and listening to the other patrons of the bar.
Well, I am going to be playing my lute in the corner, trying to get a few extra coins so that I can then spend it on some ale or maybe a bit of a nicer wine, and maybe try and pay for a round or two, because I like to try and mingle among the common folk while I try and spread good word of my people and also try and talk to a few fine ladies or so.
The mood in the bar itself is pretty jovial, but there's a wee bit of tension in the air. Everyone's waiting for this famous adventurer to walk in. Everyone's looking for work. Eventually, a trio walk into the pub. Heads turn expectantly when they see a stern-looking half-orc, an elderly dwarven lady, and a halfling with spiky dyed hair and a ring in his nose. The half-orc and the halfling walk straight through to the next room behind the bar, while the dwarven lady stands in front of the door. She whips out a clipboard and shouts, "Who's first?" And a throng of people start coming up trying to talk to us. So do you guys want to join the queue?
Yes, I think I'll stop what I'm playing and I'll go and see what all the commotion's about and go investigate.
So I'll let you go first. So basically, she's got a clipboard in her hand and is trying to interview the patrons as they come up. She goes, "Name?"
My name is Elran Valdara. What is it we're lining up for? I'm quite curious. I'd just like to get involved in everything and anything that could happen in this wonderful world.
Well, we're looking for some fine adventurers to help us out.
Oh, wonderful. I've been involved in a few adventures myself, so I think I'm quite keen to try and expand my horizons and explore whatever you have to do for me.
And she's kind of nodding along with that, and she kind of says, "Hey, in you go. Take a seat."
Righto, I'll go do that then.
Well, if there's adventuring to be had and people to help, I might as well see if I can do my bit. I finish my drink from the bar, bid goodbye to the person there, and walk on over. How do, good lady? I hear you're needing recruits.
Yep. What's your name?
My name is Mora Kalhine. I'm a cleric.
And why should we bring you along? What's your skills?
Well, my entire life has been spent tending to the needs of the many, making tools, repairing things, and healing their wounds. So if you need a stable bed or some healing, food, let me know.
She kind of scratches her chin and goes, "Okay, in you go. Take a seat."
Blessings of Alea be upon you.
Before you get to walk forward, Tempest, a group of humans, tall and muscular, push their way through the crowd. Ladies and gentlemen, I am George Etterwin, and this is my team, Team Inevitable. We are good at everything. Between the four of us, we won't have a problem solving any problems you have, and we'll make your money and make ourselves some money.
Wow, so cool.
It basically pushes right past everyone. They barely even wait for the dwarf women to say go ahead. They just go inside and take their seat together in this next room.
Elran is intrigued by these people. He thinks that they seem quite rude, a bit uncouth, but he finds them very interesting. Are they attractive in any way?
Yeah, they're kind of. I've written down here jocks, so just to break behind the scene a bit. So yeah, tall, muscular, there's a big group of them. Definitely a sight in this town, which is mainly filled with peasants.
I make eye contact with one and give a slight little wink.
They kind of just hold eye contact back for like an uncomfortably long amount of time.
I also maintain that eye contact.
It's just you and one of the.
But I think I'm misinterpreting what their eye contact is perhaps doing, and I'm kind of trying to stare into their souls.
Brilliant. Yeah, you're just involved in a staring contest, I guess. Tempest, it's your time at the front of the queue now.
So I down my drink and I stand up, not realizing that the table is right in front of me. And of course it probably flips because of the size of my shell. And I try to go to the front of the queue and I put on my biggest turtle smile and say, "Greetings, my name is Tempest Tortleman, monk and fighter extraordinaire."
And what kind of skills do you bring to the table, Mr. Tortleman?
I'm going to be the greatest monk in the land, so I'm willing to take on any adventure.
And she kind of scratches and she goes, "But what skills do you have today?"
It's like, I can speak Gnomish, and then I say an ancient Gnomish proverb that I learned on the way over to the tavern. That's probably grammatically incorrect and full of spelling errors, but you know what? It doesn't matter.
How can it be full of spelling errors if you're saying it?
Oh, trust me, there's a way. Tempest will find it.
And what kind of proverb is it? What are you trying to say?
It says that you would be a fool not to accept me with these merry band of adventurers.
That's an awfully specific proverb.
I'm an oddly specific turtle.
She kind of looks out at a clipboard and kind of taps it and looks kind of at the queue behind you, but there's not many people left. She's just kind of like, "Okay, in you go."
Thank you. As I shuffle by and try not to get stuck in the doorframe.
So out of curiosity, Tempest, how big are you? What's the scale on this?
Probably not that big. For comedy reasons.
I was going to ask, are we gonna have to do a dexterity check for every door?
No.
Right.
Every time you go through a door.
Joke, yes.
I hope you brought your turtle wax so you can fit through this door again.
Why, thank you, kind gnome. I will take that to heart as I walk by.
Did you give names to those jock humans?
The main one is called George Etterwin.
So I'm going to walk up to one of these here flashy members that have just walked in. Well, barged their way in, I guess. And what sort of equipment are they wearing?
They're wearing what looks to be quite pricey equipment. Maybe not the best quality in terms of, as your background being as a folk hero, you've seen your fair share of soldiers and adventurers. So you think their equipment is flashy as opposed to effective.
How many dinks, dents, and chunks does it have taken out of it? Has it buffed about at all, or is it spotless?
Roll me a perception check, please.
Aye. All right, 16.
Yeah, as you stare at this Jocks, you see very little, if any, scuffs at all on our equipment. Not because you think it's been particularly well taken care of, just you don't think it's ever seen the broadside of a sword.
So, you look the part, but how many things have you actually fought and killed?
George, the sort of the main one, he takes part. Like, well, we've killed, everything really. 5-headed dragons, 2-headed bears, a bear owl, and he just kind of lists off creatures that you suspect may be fake.
Do you have any proof of this? Because, well, I don't mean to sound disingenuous at all, but your armor is looking in rather tidy, considering all these creatures you've bested.
Because I don't like what you're implying, sir. Me and my fellows here, we are proud adventurers, and we will get the business done. Just because we have rich families doesn't mean that we've had an easy life,
I hold my hands up and just go, I am implying nothing of the kind, good sir. I'm merely saying that, well, if you are going to be taking part in any fighting, you might want to know how to use your weapons before you do so. I can patch you up, but it's better if you don't get hurt at all.
And they just there's just a general sort of ruff 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 in reply to that, between all 5 of them, all 4 of them just kind of arguing with each other. Yeah, that seems to fit quite close to the bone.
My attraction to them is getting lower by the moment.
As you're all sitting in this other room, eventually the halfling with the spiky hair and the nose piercing stands up. You've noticed it's only the 7 of you now in this room, so the 3 people on this recording and 4 jock characters. It's all the people that have been accepted. You think most of the other people were just, farmers and people looking for a bit of money, as opposed to seasoned adventurers. And the halfling stands up, eventually realising that no one's really going to see him, so he jumps up on a table and he goes and bangs his glass down it. Says, "You may call me Cotswold. I am the last remaining Knight of the Oak. I need a team for a large job, but I'm only going to take 3 or 4 of you. So I've set up some challenges to see who's the best. But don't worry, you'll still get paid for the day, whether you win or lose."
Sounds good to me. I'm game for whatever we have to do today.
Would everyone like to roll me a history check, please?
Oh my god, I've got good history.
Oh my god, I just rolled a nat 20.
What's your modifier with that?
Plus 5. I've never rolled a nat 20 before. My first roll today. I will not get one for the rest of the campaign.
And that is your 20 for the session. Yeah, I've rolled a 15 as well, but with my plus 5, so that's an unnatural 20.
Oh, well.
I've got plus 3, so yeah, 18 for me.
Oh, I'm going to be doing nothing but history checks in this game then, brothers. You guys are going to be trying to bend everything into history.
Uh-oh.
So Cotswold, this halfling mentioned the Knights of the Oak. You have not heard of this group in a long, long time. You see, as far as you're aware, they're unactive. These are sort of the good guy protectors of the realm kind of people. They would go out and they would take magical artifacts into their possession off of, the liches and hags and those that would do harm with them. But that was hundreds of years ago. Maybe an elf might have still been alive that might have been part of them, but certainly a halfling with a much shorter lifespans would never have been alive the last time they were around. So you're a bit surprised to hear this guy claim to be part of them.
Could I investigate to see whether or not he might be lying about being part of them?
Yeah, if we roll an insight check, please.
I got 12 after my modifier.
It's hard for you to tell. He was making some kind of a big speech. He didn't like stumble over his words or hesitate or anything as part of that speech. So it's kind of hard for you to see into that.
Okay. I look suspiciously, but don't question it too much. Having been around probably when they would have been in their latter years of the Knights of the Oak, I'm familiar with them, and so I'm a little skeptical of this halfling being a part of this old group.
Yeah, like I said as well, especially, you'll know the difference between the lifespans of an elf and lifespans of a halfling. So it's many generations of halflings since the last of these knights were ever seen. But he says, let's be off then. So he takes you out of the pub and separates into 2 carriages with basically Team Jock all into 1 carriage and you 3 going into another one. And he turns to you and he says, just to let you know, I won't be leaving you high and dry. There's half-orc here, Big Oof. He'll be joining you today. He doesn't say much, but he might be useful.
Hi, Oof.
This half-orc just stares blankly back at you, barely registered in your presence at all.
Can I roll to wave harder?
Roll. Can you roll a... What would you rather do, strength or dexterity?
Strength.
Okay, roll strength check, please. This is when you get your natural 20.
I did! Actually did!
It's the hardest damn wave you've ever seen.
Oh my goodness, that's some wave you're doing there.
Yep.
It's very impressive.
Passed down from my family.
The air temperature just drops like half a degree from the wind that's coming out of this. But it barely phases Oof, who just kind of stares at you blankly longer.
Well, I tried.
Did you say he was an orc?
Yeah, half-orc.
Half-orc. He speaks Orcish then?
Yes.
I have a conversation with him in Orc, being one of my languages.
Okay.
Just to kind of ask, like, where he's from originally and, like, what he's doing here.
Absolutely no response.
Okay.
Can I try my gnomish proverb again?
What proverb would you like to say this time?
The exact same one, but maybe a little bit more grammatically correct. I don't even know what I would roll for that.
I don't think so.
No.
There's no room for that. I mean, a charisma check, but I'm not even gonna. At this point, I want you to do a charisma saving throw just for the emotional damage this is causing you. This half-orc continues just to stare through you. Hey, what did I say? He doesn't talk much.
I spent a couple of years living amongst the Orcish people. Am I able to identify any kind of signets that he might be wearing that could identify, like, what tribe he might be from?
You think you could if he was wearing anything?
Is he naked?
I beg your pardon.
Signet-wise, very. You think all the clothes and stuff that he's wearing is from this area of the world.
Oh. Okay.
But you have plenty of time to look inside the carriage that you're all kind of bustled into.
I'm just going to be smiling at people and just going, "Howdo, how are you doing? Nice to meet you. My name's Morik."
Just as the carriage is sort of leaving the city, you guys can just, like, you're just leaning out the window, kind of waving at everyone like the Queen.
I'm blowing kisses.
I'm still waving from before.
Residual waving.
I can't stop my hand.
I'm going to reach out and try and grab his hand to stop him from waving.
Becomes a handshake.
Make a strength check, please.
Okie dokie.
And opposed.
Is he going to have to roll to resist?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah. So, 17 plus 3 from my modifier. Why am I burning all my good rolls in the introduction? Yeah.
That's always the case.
So, 20.
So you're in charge of this. What do you think? Is 20 strong enough?
Well, my strength is 17. So
Yeah, but
yeah.
my strength is
You
strength
got
is
lucky.
17 as well. So
Yeah, that's fine. It's like that scene from Predator. The 2 hands coming together.
clasp hands and smile at you.
Morik, you son of a bitch.
What's the matter? Monk's Guild got you pushing too many pencils?
The biceps just popping for both of you.
Your lucky eyeball out of pencils.
I have a feeling this is going to be a fun adventure. I'm going to sit back down in my chair.
Credits roll.
Yeah.
So that's session one.
What an episode.
So the carriage that you're in takes you outside of the city and towards a nearby forest. A seemingly random location along this road. Two carts stop suddenly, and you're hurried out of them. From there, you're led down a series of seemingly random paths between trees, into ditches, down cliff faces, until eventually you come to a clearing. Before you stands a large collection of wooden structures all over the place. This clearing's about 300 feet. It's a huge clearing, and these wooden structures are very similar to what you would see at, say, an army training barracks. There's things there like a castle made out of wood. There's a 30-foot wall, all sorts of like the usual training apparatus. And the halfling sort of jumps in front of you and rubs his hand and goes, "Well, it's time for a little bit of the competition. Today you will partake in 3 challenges. The winner of the 3rd challenge is going to be guaranteed the job, but winning the previous 2 challenges will give you a benefit in challenge 3. So, try as hard as you can." And he leads you over to a line in the sand, effectively. And he says, "Well, the first challenge is a race. All 4 people from each team has to cross over the finish line. Right over there." You can see between you and this finish line he's pointed to are a series of obstacles. Monkey bars, the low net that you have to crawl under, and what appears to be about a 30-foot high wall. And he goes, "And yes, you do have to go over the wall. All of you."
Huh.
On your marks? Oh, well, I guess any questions?
Before he does any of that, I'm going to pretty much tap my 2 compatriots on the shoulders, and without them knowing, I'm going to cast my cantrips of guidance. So they get to roll a d4 and add ability check of their choice.
Are you able to do 2 at once?
It says it's range touch. It's a buff, components, visual, and speech. It just says casting time 1 action.
Doesn't say concentration there anyway.
Nope, just components V and S.
Right. In that case then, so you can declare you want to use that d4 even after you find out the result. So if you do find out you're going to fail, you think you're able to add it on afterwards.
Sounds good. Well, good luck you two. I'll help how I can, and remember, don't sprain your ankles.
And as the gnomes say, gnomish proverb, I trust it'll mean a lot to you, as I pat him on the shoulder as well.
I'm just staring blankly up at him. Well, you're welcome. Good luck, and see you at the finish line.
All right, then, let's do this. It'll be great fun.
And you look across at the opposition, and they're all kind of doing like stretches and shouting hut 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 a lot, and just really getting themselves into pumped up for this.
Oh, by the gods. Have you seen those biceps?
I know I have.
Can I change teams?
3, 2, 1, go! So the first obstacle you come to is a series of monkey bars over a pit of water.
Quick question.
Yes.
How low down are these monkey bars?
You're probably gonna have to kick off a post or something to get there. You're gonna need a hand there about 6 foot off the ground.
Can I? Okay, I'm 4'6". Can I do an athletics check to try and jump up and grab the monkey bars?
Absolutely.
When I get to the monkey bars, I'm just going to look up at them. I just turn back to the halfling and be like, "Really?"
He just kind of shrugs. He goes, "Hey, I had to do it."
Okay, I'm going to roll my check. Let's see. Come on. Oh, god damn it.
Is it strength or dexterity?
For athletics, it's a strength check.
Okay. I'm snipping this because I want you to all believe that I'm not taking the piss.
Okay.
But this is going to bite me in the butt. This is going to bite me in the butt when we actually get to combat. So, for those of you who don't know, I rolled a 20. Combined with my +3 from athletics, yes, 23.
That is one hell of a leap.
It's one of those that you, as you're leaping, you're like, wow, I nailed that. Like, you're jumping, like, you could have probably done like a muscle up and jumped over the bars at that point. You were like, wow, I have proven myself today. And you kind of start making your way across the bars.
Oh, steady on. Don't pull a muscle.
To answer your question, Andrew, you're allowed to, I'll let you use either athletics or acrobatics for this check.
Ooh, nice. Okay, I have good acrobatics. All right. That's 17 after my modifier.
Cool. So after seeing the dwarf in front of you, you kind of run up behind, jump onto the monkey bars, and maybe not as graceful or as powerful as the dwarf in front of you, but you are on the real well as well, and you sort of make your way along.
Cheerio, let's go.
Total. Or athletics, whatever you're better at.
Yep. So, just acrobatics? Or
Yep.
athletic?
What was...
So, that is 17.
How tall are you, Turtle?
So,
Because if they're 6 foot off the ground, you could just walk.
Well, sorry, 6 foot to start and then there's a pit. Sorry, that's my bad.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
I just don't
Oh,
see the
no.
Yeah, 17. Yeah, I'll just jump up with ease. This is easy.
Use your waving hand.
Goodness. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, sorry. First, I look down at my waving hand and say, "Waving hand, don't fail me now." And then I jump up.
And behind you, Oof, the half-orc, seems quite unsteady at first, but manages to hold his position and eventually make his way over the pit as well. So all four of you land at the other side pretty safely. Next up is the sort of low netting, so you're going to have to crawl through. Tempest, you are going to have to roll at disadvantage for this, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Is it? Can I put up my hand and say, "Excuse me, instructor, is this because I'm a turtle?"
You certainly can.
Then I'll do it.
Cotswold just kind of looks back at you and just goes, this course was set up before you got here.
Can I shake my head disapprovingly and give him the hard stare? I'll try.
Just like the Paddington stare.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Would you like to roll an intimidation check, please?
Emotional damage there.
Yeah. D20.
Yes, please.
That's a 2. I've got no modifiers.
Yeah. You just get on with it, man.
Okay.
It's all right. I've got you. I'm gonna hold the netting up as I stand at the edge. Go, you first.
Oh, thank you.
I'll give Bardic Inspiration as well to help him through.
Okay, so what does that do?
It gives him 1d6 as an inspiration die.
Oh,
Nice. So he's got a D6 and a D4 that he can roll.
Cool. Tempest, could you make a dexterity check?
Yes.
Just roll dexterity.
14.
Yeah, it's enough. It's slow, but it's enough. You know, you're crawling through, getting a bit caught in the net. But you've lived your whole life like this. You know what you're doing.
What's that supposed to mean?
You've lived your whole life with a shell in your back.
Yeah. Crawling on my anyway, sorry.
Wait, you can hear the narrating voice in your head too.
I thought it was just me.
Oh my goodness. We should really tell someone about this.
Right, go on, young elf. On your way.
Okay, guys, here I go. That's 10 plus 3, Or 4? No, it's acrobatics.
Just straight dexterity, please.
Straight dexterity. That's 13 then.
Don't forget your. You can roll your d4 if you need to.
Oh, right. That's a 4.
Hey, no problem for you.
So that's 17.
17 overall. Yep. No problem for that. You would straight in, catching up to Tempest as you go through this netting.
I'm staring at the netting now, going, bugger. All right, I guess it's my turn. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna drop down and start crawling through. Oh, god damn. Okay, even with my -1 modifier to my dexterity, I get 16.
Oh. And even
high roller.
High roller. Even though you were nervous about going in, as soon as you're in there, you're feeling the movement. You're getting there. You must have warmed up before you started. Maybe that's what's going on. But the movement's good. And just to your left, as you're crawling through, you see the half-orc just kind of crawling as well, sort of matching your speed as he goes through the netting.
You've got this.
And finally, he goes, just kind of nods, no words.
Elrand's father's voice plays in the back of his head. Typical dwarf, getting low, always low in the dirt, aren't they? And Elrond kind of tries to shake that out of his head.
Cheeky bugger.
Oh my god, he can read my mind too.
Cheeky voice in the head.
Did anybody else hear that?
You hear the sound of a crossbow clicking behind you. Dodge this!
Thank God for my dexterity.
And eventually all 4 of you make it out the other side, a bit muddy off a wear, but pretty unscathed. In front of you stands the final obstacle, a 30-foot high wooden wall. It seems to be, as I said, it's made of wood, so there are slats horizontally all the way up, but it does look very smooth and hard to climb. As a sheer face. What would you like to do?
I've got it, guys. I take my pack off my rucksack. I'm so glad I've got this. How high did you say the wall was? Oh, fantastic. Right, I pull out my 50-foot rope of hemp, and I tie the end of it to one of my to my pot that I've got. I've got like a cauldron pot. No, actually, no. I'm going to make it a bit easier. I'm going to tie it to my mace, and I'm going to launch it over the wall.
Okay.
So that'd be just a flat strength check, wouldn't it?
I believe so.
Oh, that, okay, yeah, so let's do... Oof, please don't fuck up. Oh, no, 11.
Okay.
Incoming!
Oh, no.
As I see that the object is not going to make its destination, I cast Mage Hand to catch the rope and try and guide it properly over the wall.
So you're only going to be able to grab the rope itself, not the mace. So Mage Hand can only lift about 10 pounds.
That's all right, the mace is 5.
Is it?
No, actually, the mace is 4 pounds. It's a one-handed mace. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I either that or I could tie off the end of the rope to the other side of the wall at some point.
No, if you want to just lift the whole contraption over, it's up to you.
Okay, I use Mage Hand and lift the rope and mace over to the other side to act as a weight pulley that we can pull ourselves over with.
Fantastic. So, yep. Assuming you stayed holding on to the rope at your side, Toast.
Aye.
Cool. So, yeah, as the Mage Hand drops, you feel quite a wee strain, but you kind of you're loading it. You're in control of this rope. So, to picture the scene, so what do you say, 50-foot rope?
Aye.
So the mace will be 5 foot off the ground at one side, and you'll be holding it in your own hands at the other side.
Basically, yeah.
Where would you like to go from here?
All right, who wants to go first? Who's the lightest out of all of us?
I shuffle backwards awkwardly.
Trying to think what my weight is actually. I weigh 140.
You weigh the same as me?
Well, I'm 6 feet tall, so...
Man, I'm chunky.
You're all going to be heavier than the mace, though, or am I misunderstanding what you've done here? Sorry.
Basically, I've just I've used the mace to just get the rope over the wall.
Yeah.
So the plan is, if we can get someone... Actually, no, because the challenge didn't say that we couldn't run round the wall. We just have to climb over it to complete the challenge.
Correct.
So I'm just going to go, oh, Elf, hold this.
I hold whatever you're...
And whilst he held it, I run round the corner and I use I hammer my mace into the ground, using it like a peg at the base of the wall, using my survivalist skills and my masonry knowledge with a hammer.
Cool. Do you want to roll a survival check?
I can do.
Rope work.
17.
Yeah, it's easy enough for you to do as you kind of, you've like I said, your masonry skills and stuff. You're able to hammer this mace into sort of lodging it in between the ground and the wall itself, kind of stabilising it. And you think it's going to be able to take a fair bit of weight now?
Nice. Right, I run back around the corner. Right, I'll go first, just in case it goes wrong and I hurt myself. All right, good luck, everyone. I'm going to start climbing the rope.
Okie dokie. I'll let you make athletics or acrobatics, whatever you're feeling more comfortable with.
Probably athletics, because my dexterity is -1. If I did that, I'd miss the rope entirely. 14.
Yeah, it starts off slow, but as you get moving, get all the way up to the top of the wall and start kind of abseiling down. Yeah, it's pretty good going. Everything kind of holds together.
Cool. And then I'm going to add my weight to the anchor at the bottom.
Can we see what the other group is doing, like how far along they are?
Absolutely. They are currently building a cheerleader pyramid and getting over the wall that way. While going hut the whole time.
I appreciate their teamwork. It's very impressive. All right, let me have a go at this now. I'll try and go up as quickly as I can. Oh dear, that is a that is a 6 after my modifier.
You've used your guidance, haven't you, as well?
Yeah, he has.
Yep. You just can't seem to work out this rope. You're struggling. You're sliding. You don't even get high enough up to take fall damage.
Ah,
you just
rope
gotta,
burn! Ouch!
Yeah, it's a bit icky. Everything's just a bit kind of sore. Yeah, maybe you've been distracted by the other team as you see them kind of making progress and you're struggling to make any. It's just not a great time really. You just kind of slide back down.
Well, I've had my try. How about you, Tempest?
I have a question. Actually, out of character, I've got a question.
I was about to ask for who.
I have a question for both. See, if I put Andrew on my back, would I have to roll a disadvantage?
Yes, very much so.
Right. What would that go against then?
So it would be, you'd have to reach a higher number probably than what you did before, and you also roll 2, and you take the lowest number.
Right, okay.
I'm about to lose 2 party members.
Just beside you can just hear,
Okay.
My bardic inspiration is probably still active.
Yeah, that's true.
But I thought he spent it to get under the net.
It lasts for 10 in-game minutes.
Oh, okay.
So add a d6 to whatever you roll.
So I turn round to Elran and say, hop on. and I pat my shell.
I hop on.
You know, no questions, okay. That's the first time that's happened. Okay.
It isn't the first time today I've been asked to hop on.
So I grab the rope and... Oh dear. So I've got 7 and 11. So plus 4, that'll be 11.
With someone on your back, I don't think that's good enough. I think that was, the strength needed.
What did you eat?
I guess I had an extra breakfast this morning. I was hanging out with some halflings, and they said it was the norm.
Oh, good for you.
Beside you, Oof, the half-orc just kind of shakes his head and just starts going up the rope, and he's up and down, no problem.
Oof. Hold this. I'm going to go and give him a hand.
He nods and takes it the other side of the rope and puts his weight on it.
I run round the other corner and go, right, come on, you two, one at a time. I'm going to give you a push. Again, I'm going to roll, use my cantrip. because I have a feeling they can read it. And I'm literally just, getting ready to push. I'm going to do the elf first. I'm going to push him up the first 4 foot 6 inches of the rope.
Would you like to make another roll, and you get to add a d4 to it?
15, 3, so that's 18, plus my modifier for acrobatics. So that's 22.
Yeah, you think you just needed the hand of friendship on you, and as soon as you're past that first, what was it, 4 foot 6? You are.
Yeah, cheeky bugger, hand of friendship.
As soon as you're past that, they always say like the first part of a climb's the hardest. So like as soon as you're past that first bit, no problem, right up to the top, straight over the other side.
Radio. I use my weight on the other side, all 140 pounds of it to try and help weigh down the rope on the side to help Tempest.
Yep.
I turn to the turtle in the room. All right, Tempest, your go.
I
pat him on the shoulder and go, right, let's get you up there.
give him a thumbs up and say, I've got this.
Aye, you've got this.
Holy shit, I actually do got this. 19. Plus 4, so 23. So I scoot up that rope like my life depended on it.
Yeah, once again, you think you just needed a calming, relaxing, friend in the ear just to help you get over that initial fear of going up this big wall. And yeah, as soon as you're past that initial start, you're moving. Absolutely no problem.
I'm going to collect my mace and rope once he's over, because I'm not leaving them behind.
Unfortunately for you guys, as you all reach the other side of the wall, have seen that the other team have finished, and you guys just have to trot now to the finish line, collect second place.
No, I'm not saying it was your fault, Elran. But there wasn't a sense of teamwork going on at that wall.
You see the jocks are like drinking ale out of a shoe and just celebrating, just having a good time right now.
Is that a shoe?
I hang my head in shame. It's like my father said was right. I am useless.
Hey now, none of that. We all make mistakes. We'll have another check. Remember, he said that just because we've lost this one, doesn't mean we've lost the whole thing.
Can I roll to hold back the tears of that moment?
Yeah, can you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
8 plus 3, so 11.
Yeah, you start weeping.
I'm bubbling. It's so beautiful.
Are you alright, Tempest?
I turn away. It's okay. Carry on with your friendship.
Well, no, we're all part of a team, even Ophir.
And the halfway just kind of nods sternly.
Damn, he's cool.
Oh god, am I the personification of friendship is magic?
We've got a shonen D&D podcast.
Every villain's going to join the team eventually, can't wait.
Yeah, I've managed to convince the giant dragon not to kill everyone.
I banished him to the Shadow Realm.
You mean the Friends realm after we are done?
The Friend Zone.
Oh my god.
Emotional damage.
Oof the orc like us, yes?
I was going to say the half-orc gets looking around like... So, with that, Cotswold the Halfling announces the jock team as the winners. But he says, as he was just pointing out, yep, there is 2 more games. Like I said, everything to play for in the third one. But this next round is going to test some other skills. And he kind of leads you towards the edge of this clearing, and the elderly dwarven woman from earlier with the clipboard is standing there. And behind her, it looks to be a cavern sort of descends down behind her. She says, "Oh no, I appear to have lost my cat. If only there were some brave adventurers to help get it back for me, I would be so grateful."
Don't you worry, madame. I will make sure your cat is returned to you in prompt and safe manner.
Cotswold Halfling goes, "Right, so 5 minutes on the clock. George, because your team won, you get to go first. For the rest of you, you're just going to wait here. And they've got 5 minutes to see if they get this cat back. So, 3, 2, 1, and you see the other team run off. At the second at the word go.
So, an observation. So they've run off down into the cave, right?
Absolutely.
They're all human, right?
Yes.
And none of them have torches.
Or dark vision.
Because
Nope.
And so they've just run into the dark.
Yep.
Can I see from where we're standing into the cave at all? Like, I have dark vision.
A wee bit. You can see. It does look like there is some light further down. Like maybe they've kind of similar training area, maybe to what you've seen before. So maybe they've lit it. You can't see very much. So the cave kind of turns. It does look like it opens up further down.
Okay.
Would everyone like to roll perception checks, please?
Aye.
Oh dear.
10.
21.
12.
Who got 21, sorry?
I did good, sir.
Morak, you are able to hear that this rescue isn't going very well. It's a wee bit faint. It sounds like the noise is getting muffled by the cave, but you can hear the sounds of shouting and screaming and much unpleasantness. You don't think they're making any progress as you're listening to this.
Well, you're sure to see some dents and bruises into their armor now, aren't you?
Aye, but that's just because I don't like what they do and I don't think they're good fighters. Oh, well, they're showboats, really. I don't wish any harm to them. I'll be waiting here with portions when they get back up.
If they get back up.
I look over at the halfling. If it gets too dangerous for them, can we go and rescue them on their rescue mission?
He kind of looks back at you, and you see he's actually quite pleasantly surprised you and asks a question like that. And he goes, nah, don't worry about it. They should be able to handle this. And when the timer hits, they'll come back out, I think. I don't think they've got this, if I'm honest, but we'll see.
I'm just going to relay to him what you told me in terms of what I can hear from from the perception. It doesn't sound like they're doing too well down there.
Because, yeah, I was kind of expecting that. This is a slightly different game that's not just strength.
I thought they were showboating, but I don't want them to die.
No, don't worry, nothing like that.
If you're sure.
It is just someone's pet cat, after all.
What kind of cat is it?
Is there anything else you guys would like to go up to while you're waiting? Just any chit-chat or things you'd like to do?
I'll be standing by the entrance with, healing salves and everything on standby, waiting just in case the halfling gives you a yeah, maybe you should go down there. So I'm just going to be waiting on standby.
Yeah.
Are they winning? I feel like they're winning.
And eventually the timer goes and you can hear them all argue and kind of slowly trudging their way back up, complaining at each other. And you see on their faces they've got several little cuts, little claws, cuts all over their faces. Nothing life-threatening, nothing actually dangerous, just a bit humiliating, and they'll probably have to really, really lie at the pub to try and make it sound like it was a big monster that did it to them.
Aside from those little nicks, are you all okay?
And he kind of looks at you and goes, "Don't talk to me, it's someone else's you see how you get on.
Well, I can see in the dark, so I'll probably get on quite well.
And he just kind of scuffs his shoe and walks away from you.
Here if you need me.
You can just tell that your joyous attitude is just not what he needs right now.
I pull out my lute and start playing kind of somber music as he walks away, to kind of as like a soundtrack to his sadness.
Can I dance along with the music? Sadly, yes. Swaying from side to side with my waving hands in front of me.
Can you roll a performance check, please?
Oh, I can. 15.
Surprisingly decent little dance. Again, nobody really wanted to see it.
Says you.
Those that look at you like, didn't expect those kind of moves.
I only rolled a 12, so my music playing wasn't great, so I'm kind of looking at Tempest upstaging me and thinking, better watch out for this one. First, the wave that was just magnificent, and now this dance. What else is he hiding under in that shell of his?
And all I'm thinking in my head is just the same melody you're playing. Da, 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 da.
I'm just imagining you playing the sad one from Pokemon, just that.
Lavender Town.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think of that, but yeah, that's well.
Suddenly, ghosts.
And Cotswold the halfling comes up to you guys and goes, well, they couldn't do it. You think you guys have got this?
I'll give it a try.
Yeah, can't do much worse, can we? I say that just loud enough so that the other team can hear.
3, 2, 1, go! Your time starts now.
Whilst the halfling is, getting ready to tell us to go and everything else, I get a torch out and a tinderbox. Strike it, and I pass the lit torch to Tempest. Don't want you tripping in there, do we? Right, onwards, let's get down there. Rock and hold. I'm going to just run down into the dark.
So, as you descend to this cavern, there's like a bend and it opens up into a much wider area. In front of you, there are 6 pillars, 2 rows of 3, and made of what looks to be stone. They're not massively high, maybe about 10 foot each.
Not massively high, that's almost 3 times my height.
Compared to the 30-foot wall from earlier, it's a third of that.
True.
And even with your dark vision, you see there's like a cloud of fog around this area. It's making it quite difficult to see particularly clearly. You think it was probably a spell that's been cast in the past, so it's not like there's not like this fog emanating from a wall or something. I mean, it's just static there. And as you're entering into this room, you hear a meowing sound of a cat from up onto one of these pillars.
Can I try pss, pss, pss?
Absolutely. Can you roll an animal handling check, please?
Absolutely. Oh.
One other detail, this was about 30 feet maybe from the entrance, so not, for you guys that have run a fairly quick move, but not, you're not right at the entrance.
An 11.
As you do it, the cat sort of meows back, but doesn't seem to move. But you are able to place that. So like I said, there's 2 rows of pillars, and you guys are kind of sitting in between 2 of them. You think the cat is on the left-hand side as it's meowing back.
Could I try and play music to bring the cat down?
Certainly trying.
Would that be performance or animal handling?
Do you want to make a nature check to see if you sort of know any music that might be attractive to animals?
Okay. Oh no. Natural 1. Plus my my nature is +4, so 5.
You can only think of Wonderwall right now, you can't think about any other songs. Every song you've ever learned, you've just forgotten. When you think about, like, what would a cat like? You're like, Wonderwall.
I'm going to reach into my pack whilst our wonderful bard is trying to come up with a song, and I'm going to take one of my jerky rations out and rip some chunks off of it, put it down on the floor, and just stay low and just talk in a quiet voice. Just go, it's all right. Come here.
Can you also make an animal handling check then with advantage?
Okie dokie. Oh yeah.
Food is the greatest motivator.
Funny enough, I'm also proficient in animal handling.
Ah.
Okay, so that's the first roll. That would be a 15 plus 5, so that'd be 20. Just for the hell of it, I'm going to roll the second one. Okay, yeah, we're going to go with the first roll.
What was the second roll of curiosity?
6.
Fair. As you're making this noise, you see the furthest away pillar from you, so left-hand side, furthest away, a black cat starts to creep down the pillar, and anyone would like to roll a nature check for me, please?
15.
18.
A natural 1. I just say, what the hell is that?
For a moment, tempts you to that thing where you're like, what? Is that a dog? No, wait, no, it's a... I can't put my finger on what that's called again. For the other 2, first of all, you do notice this cat has tentacles coming out of it. Who is it that rolled 18, sorry?
Aye.
You think this might be a kitten of a displacer beast. Displacer beast being a much larger animal, much larger sort of panther, and they are able to cast illusionary spells.
I saw that in a movie one time.
You may have seen it in a recent puppet show about Dungeons and Dragons. But this is like a sort of tiny version of it. and it's kind of pawing its way slowly towards the jerky.
I'm just smiling. I'm just staying crouched down near the jerky, waiting until it gets closer.
Okay, it's getting closer and closer.
I'm going to have my hand outstretched nearby the jerky. I've got no weapons out. I'm not in a hostile stance or pose or anything. I do have an ace up my sleeve, just in case things go sideways, but I'm hoping I don't have to use it.
Do I know what this is with my 15?
Yeah, you do, yeah.
Would I be able to do an investigation to check that this is the real? That it is an illusion?
Can you make a perception check, please?
9.
You are unable to tell.
I'm rolling like garbage now.
You burnt your high rolls earlier.
It's always the case.
And as he gets close to the jerky, it kind of expectantly looks up at you to see what you do.
I reach my hand slowly towards its face, palm out for it to sniff. And I'm not going to... Why would I attack or hurt this creature?
As it kind of reaches out almost to the point where it would make contact with you, the cat disappears. And back to the original pillar where it came down from, you now see a second cat come forward. Do you think the first one was just an illusion, just to try and test out to see what the waters were like? Yep, and it kind of comes up. And it seems to be pretty happy to sniff, happy to eat about.
Hello there, little one.
And it kind of meows happily at you.
I'm going to pick it up with the jerky in my other hand. I'm just like holding it up to its face while I'm just like carrying it in one arm.
Cool. Would you like to make one more check for that, please? Like another animal handling check, please, with advantage?
Yeah.
Just for the actual picking up of a cat. Is anyone who's picked up a cat knows what this is like.
Oh my god. Okay, first roll is 18.
Okay.
Second roll. Oh my god. No, we're taking the second roll. Second roll is 19.
Oh.
Plus my 5, so we're at 24.
So this is where all of Andrew's rolls have gone.
Yeah.
You've not split them up.
Every time I've patted you on the back to give your blessing, I've been taking some of your roll.
And Pat has concealed a dagger.
And yeah, you pick the kitten up, and there's a moment where maybe you think it might, but you're able to soothe it and relax it, and yeah, basically you've carrying it out like a baby all the way out to the... I assume, sorry, you're heading out of the cave now.
Aye.
Yeah.
No.
And yeah, you've successfully retrieved the cat. The elderly dwarf woman sort of reads off the script. Wow, thank you, my cat. How can I ever repay you?
I'm still thinking, what the hell was that in the cave?
He's got a dangerous creature in his arms, doesn't he know?
I should tell him. Maybe later. First I want a bit of that jerky.
And your Cotswold takes the halfling takes the cat from you and puts a little collar onto it and sort of gives it to the elderly dwarf to take away with her. She heads off. So you've both won one game each. It's now time for the finale. It calls the other team over. They're kind of, they're a wee bit peeved at you guys for having won that. You can tell their confidence has been knocked a bit by that. And he goes, but you've got one round left. This is the decider. And we think you'll enjoy this one. And he points towards this sort of wooden castle structure, very simplified obviously. Effectively just a moat, then an outside wall. And you kind of see through that outside wall, through one of the doors, there's like a large wooden square inside of it. And he sort of points to it and he goes, on the top of that, there are 2 flags. One for a red team, one for a blue team. First person to grab one of the flags and brings it back wins. That's all there is to it. I'll be standing up on that hill.
Is that all?
And he kind of starts to turn and walk off. I'll give you a shout when it's time to go. And he kind of keeps walking.
I smile at the other team and go, all right, now to show that there's no grudges, no disagreements or anger from my side of things, you've still got those goblets of ale.
And a few of them kind of pull out some ale, yeah.
I reach into my pack and say, here, try a little of this. This is a rare distillation from my side of the world. I think you'll like it. I've only got one bottle left, but I'm saving it for special occasions. Here, have a little drink. It'll put hairs on your chest.
They all kind of like eye you suspiciously, but start to come over to see what this is all about.
I hold up the bottle, and it is a nice, clear yet amber liquid. I pull the stopper out, take a whiff, and just take a small swig. Oh, it burns as it goes down. Would you like some?
I join the queue to seem like I'm part of their group to also get some.
I lean in awkwardly, very, very close, and look at the bottle and go, ooh.
What would this do to a non... This is me, the DM, asking not the characters. What would this do to a non-dwarf person?
Well, it's 350-year-old whiskey.
Mm.
So it is strong.
Cool.
And they have already been drinking ale, so it's going to take a little bit to hit into their system. But yes, I imagine bladdered with success.
So everyone takes a tiny dram that each, and I'd like everyone that's drinking it, so I'll have to do some rolls here, but everyone who's drinking it could roll a Constitution saving throw, please. Apart from your dwarf dealing it out, the other two would like to roll Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh God! Wait, hold on a minute. Have the other members of my party had some as well?
That's what they were saying.
I will have, yes.
Me too.
Oh no! Oh, I know what I can do.
I'm so trusting. I go bottoms up. Down at it.
Okay, sorry, as you didn't give it to them yet.
As I'm giving it to them, I'm waiting for the other group to take a few steps away.
Yeah.
Oh God, I can't believe I'm actually going to have to use this. Okay. I'm going to use my first level spell, Purify Food and Drink.
I have never heard of the spell being used like this, but I am all over it.
Basically, it removes all poisons and, well, makes it perfectly safe to drink or eat. It removes all poisons, toxins, anything that's in there. So,
It essentially turns into water.
Yes.
I, who have a very poor tolerance generally for alcohol, just like down this, and I'm like, this is easy. What the dwarf liquor is so weak.
Oh.
I smack my lips and say, tastes like home.
I spent a fucking spell point on you, healthy boy.
And it's such expensive old whiskey as well that you've turned into water.
Yes. On the inside, I'm smiling, but on the inside, I'm crying.
As you rightly predicted, they have all failed their Constitution saving throws. They are the other team, so as we progress, they'll definitely be getting more and more inebriated.
Since they are already inebriated, would I be able to cast sleep on any of them to more effect?
So the way sleep works is just a pure hit points game, so it wouldn't have any more or less effect than it usually does.
I don't think you need to worry about that, because they've got to try and somehow climb a castle wall. Pissed.
That's true.
I don't think they're going to walk in a straight line. They're probably just going to run off into the forest. But I see what you're trying to do.
And Cotswold's now reached the hilltop that he's wanting to stand at, and he shouts back down, he goes, so, a couple of rules. Number 1, don't kill anyone.
I resheath my rapier.
Like all the weapons go back in the pockets.
Oh, man.
And he goes, team, I guess he's giving you both a colour, so would you like to be red or blue?
Well, I'm wearing a blue shirt right now, so should we go red?
So he goes, red team, you won the second game, so you get the accompaniment of a displacer kitty. And the little kitten is now sort of given to you by the elder dwarf, so it's on a leash. He goes, I won't be wanting it back after this, but, you know, who would like to take it?
Probably the person that managed to lure it in the first place makes the most sense, and not the person who doesn't know what it is.
Very good. Yeah, I'll take the kitty cat.
Seriously, what is that?
And as it's sitting there with its like collar and leash on, you think it's a lot calmer than it would have been. It's a lot more trusting. I think maybe the collar might be a magical item, maybe some kind of animal handling collar. And he goes, blue team, because you won the first round, you get a 5-second head start. Or 6 seconds, I guess it is in D&D. 6-second head start. And he goes, right, capture the flag. 3, 2, 1. And can everyone roll initiative, please?
Oh, God. 2.
7.
I've got an unnatural 20.
Oh!
I am away!
A dirty 20, as it's known.
So they basically spend their first turn. They get a turn to themselves, so this head start. So they all, unless you guys want to do anything cheating, but you don't seem like the kind of party that would do
Speak for yourself.
that.
We'll see how this day goes.
So they start to move out, and they get quite close to the castle. The castle's about 40 feet from where you start, so you won't be able to get all the way up to the. Well, if you sprint, you'd be able to get to it, but they're not able to sprint because they're half cut now, and the alcohol's catching them up fast. First up is Tempest.
I'll run towards the flag then.
Cool. So you try and make it all the way to the castle?
Yeah, gonna make a sprint for it. I turn round to the others and say, okay guys, I've got this, and then I just sprint away.
Okay. One of the jocks moves next, and he turns to see Tortle charging at him and goes to make a grapple on him, or goes to try to take him down. So could you make a strength check, please, Tempest?
Oh, natural 20.
Oh! Yep.
You messed with the wrong Tortle today, boy!
I just imagine it like an NFL kind of thing where he's just charged it, you just put your hand out, it's straight clumped him down to the floor.
Oh.
Humiliating and, yeah, rather not great. One of his friends turns seeing this and goes for a charge at you.
Oh no.
Also goes for a grapple check. Can you roll a strength check, please?
Oh no.
I'm hoping the alcohol will kick in soon.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. 10 plus 3, 13.
You just made that.
Yeah.
He also rolled a 10. Yeah, so this other one charges at you, and this one you have a bit more trouble with, but you're able to throw him down to the ground.
It's all that shell wax again. They can't touch him. It's slippery.
Can I turn to the others and say, did you see that? And the distance. Did you see that?
I put my thumb up.
My elven eyes do see it. I'm impressed.
Oof charges towards you as well, makes up the ground, and the leader of the jocks, George, he isn't focused on you guys at all. He's just making his way forward, and he's now reached the bridge over the moat into the castle itself. But he's still got the giant wall to climb. And you can see even as he's moving slower than he was a minute ago. He's there's definitely something's working away at him. Elran, you're up next.
I'm just going to run as fast as I can to the wall.
So he ran that entire distance.
Nice.
And thanks. And made it all the way to the wall. Morak, that's your turn as well.
So, what does the Displacer Kitty do for me?
Basically, you think if you're able to just like let it loose towards someone, it will distract them, or try the illusions and stuff. There is still one of the jocks. So just to picture the scene just now, there's still 3 of the jocks outside of the castle. 2 of them have been pushed to the ground by Tempest, but one's just about to act.
One's just about to act.
Yes, as in turn next.
Okay.
Yeah, you think you'd be able to do like really simple, like a go there kind of thing with them. Not anything complicated with the king.
So can the cat understand me?
It can understand like the gestures and stuff. You know what I mean? It can do very simple stuff.
Okay.
You think it's been trained by, like I said, they had this animal handling collar on. So you're able to like anything you'd be able to do for animal handling checks, like over there kind of thing. Or you can just throw it out.
So it would understand me if I tell it to like go over and do something.
Depends how complicated.
What happens if I use my command spell?
Could you read that out to me, please?
Sure. You speak a one-word command to a creature you can see within range. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or follow the command on its next turn. The spell has no effect on the undead targets. And if it doesn't understand you, your command doesn't do anything. You can approach, drop, flee, grovel, halt.
Yeah, you think you'd be able to give, as long as it's like a training phrase and not like, I don't know, juggle.
Yeah.
Be able to do a very basic command.
So our objective is to grab our flag.
Yes.
I point at our coloured flag, use the command spell, and go fetch.
Okay. I'll just make a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage because it's sort of on your side. It rolled a 1, so I don't even need to know what your spell DC is there, because I assume it's higher than 2. Yeah, and it sort of pounces forward. It starts heading towards that flag.
Because it's going to run substantially faster than me.
Yeah, it's got a fair. It really does. It's managed to get inside the castle, catching up with George. As for yourself, how the spell, was that an action? That
Yeah.
took?
Yeah.
So you're only really able to move like a wee bit after like a 5 foot, I think, or something.
Yeah. So I'm just going to keep walking towards the castle as far as I can.
Cool. Picture the scene. That's the. Oh no, so there's still one more to go. This jock goes to take a shot on Elran. Goes to tackle him to the ground. Can you roll a strength saving throw, please? Or sorry, a strength check.
15.
Is that overall?
Yeah, that's after my strength modification.
Cool. So he manages to get a hold of you.
Oh, drat.
And sort of tussling with you.
Get off of me. Ah!
You. So basically your speed's halved. You're in a kind of like trying to hold on to you, make sure you're not moving about here, so you're going to be fighting with him to move about. Sorry, he can move at half speed, you can't move at all.
Okay.
Tempest, you've reached, after pushing past 2 people, you've reached up the edge of the castle. You can see just ahead of you is a stumbly George and a little kitten has ran past you. As you kind of look now into the side of the castle, you can see this large wooden structure. It looks like a wooden box, just a huge box.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of it, you can see where the stand with the flags is going to be.
Can I move towards the flag?
Absolutely.
Okay. Can I roll a perception check?
What are you looking for?
Just if there seems anything off with the box itself.
Absolutely.
12.
Yeah, you think this looks. The wood's not as nice as it was outside. You think it's quite like it's something that's been covered by wood, like by wooden panels, as opposed to the big wooden slats and things you're climbing over before.
Can I use my quarterstaff to prod it?
Sure. Yeah. So, doof. You hear the sound of basically material hitting material. Like it's you think this is like a cover over something under it.
And there's a flag on top, sorry.
Yep.
I stroke my non-existent turtle beard and go, I'll move towards the flag cautiously.
Cool, so you actually have to like climb onto the structure to get to the flag. So would you like to do that?
Yeah, I'll
Cool.
go for it.
Yeah, so you start climbing up. It's not the easiest, but this because this thing's quite like flat, but it's a bit there's little steps and holes cut into it, so you're able to kind of start inching your way up. So you just reach the top. You can see the flags just ahead of you, and you can the other 2 people that were knocked over earlier start giving chase, but they are now moving at a much slower speed. And they've made this way inside the inner castle walls, but they're struggling to get any kind of grip on the climb. And the final one, George, the sort of leader, he starts to climb on the inside of the cube, but sorry, out of the cube, inside the castle. But he's struggling as well. You can see this alcohol's really starting to have an effect. They're really struggling, and they're swaying about. It looks like a foregone conclusion for you guys to get this flag now. Elran, you're currently stuck to someone.
Yes.
Would you like to make a... Let me just double check what check it is. But it's a strength-based check, so you're going to roll a 20-sided dice. and it's either strength, athletics, or apparently dexterity, acrobatics.
Oh, I can use acrobatics as well.
Yeah, apparently so.
Well, not much help. It's 9. Could I use prestidigitation to make an item of his clothing smell really, really bad, like really, really bad, and like because he's already a bit inebriated and probably more prone to being sick, to try and make him sick and release me.
Cool. Can you just quickly read out what prestidigitation does, please?
Sure. This spell is a minor magical trick that novice spellcasters use for practice. You can create one of the following magical effects within range. You create instantaneous, harmless sensory effects such as a shower of sparks, a puff of wind, faint musical notes, or an odd odor.
Cool. Yeah. I've just rolled a Constitution saving throw, but I'm there. He's failed it. So yeah, as he kind of hold on, he's like, oh no, and he just kind of backs off and turns around and starts to try and dry vomit. Not a good time for these guys at all. And Morak, it's back to your turn. Oh, sorry, Oof has just made progress as well. He's now just behind Tempest. And Morak, for you, the kitten is now right at the top. It's dashed ahead. Is there anything you'd like to do before the kitten grabs the flag?
I'm gonna approach the guy who's dry heaving and make sure he's okay.
Hold his hair back.
I'm gonna get my I've got a water skin. I'm gonna open it up and say, "Here you go, get some water down you."
While this is going off, the kitten has grabbed the flag for your team in its teeth. However, as it starts to pull the flag, you hear the sound of gears and clockwork and mechanical things shifting. Can Tempest, as you're actually climbing the cube, can you make a saving throw, please? Dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Dexterity.
Yes, please.
There. 13.
Yep, that'll do. You get thrown off, but you manage to just about land on your feet. You know, you maybe as you're falling back, you manage to land on your feet. The displacer kitty is thrown into the air, but like all good cats do, lands perfectly on their feet.
Whew, that's good.
And George, the team of the jocks, is just thrown, and he has a rough landing on his back. What happens is the walls of this cube fall apart, and inside was a cage that now starts to open, revealing a troll. Sorry, not a troll.
That's about to say.
Troll's level 5, isn't it? Revealing an ogre.
Oh shit. Okay.
And
Oh no.
It roars and starts to try and kill you, I guess. Because that's what ogres got up to. So we're back to the start of the round. At this point, I'm just going to write out the jocks characters. They are now all inebriated and out of it. So just to picture the scene, you have, I guess, 4 civilians lying around this castle, a kitten with a flag in its mouth, and an ogre standing in the middle of this castle. Tempest, you are inside, so is Oof. Morak, you are just outside of it, and Elran, you're sort of just on the moat. You can see into this where this ogre is. Mm-hmm. And it's back up to Tempest, I believe. What would you like to do?
So, I'm gonna get my claws out.
What does that mean?
It just means like 1d6 plus 3 slashing damage.
Okay.
So I'm right. Okay, I'll look over at the ogre and say, "Get down, creature I don't know the name of." And I'll go for the swipe with the claws.
Okay. Can you roll 20-sided dice from an attack roll, please?
Okay, it's 18.
Cool, that's it. So you charge towards the ogre, claws out, take a swipe at it. Could you roll your d6 for your damage roll, please?
Okay.
So that would be 6 plus just the dexterity in that case.
5.
Cool. 5 points of damage to the ogre. It looks pretty unfazed by your attack, but it does kind of, it's taken aback a bit as these claws dig into it. Mm-hmm. Up next is Oof. Takes a swing at it with a greatsword. He also managed to hit with a 13, so plus, but this AC is less than 13, so as a hit. And I'm currently juggling 2 sheets here on my phone.
You got this. I cast belief.
Oh, thank you. And he takes a shot with his sword, so it's a d6 for him. And that's another 7 points of damage to the ogre. So again, the sword comes in, slicing away, but doesn't seem to have too much effect either. This thing's a beefy boy.
Oh no.
Elran, you're up next.
How far away am I from this whole ordeal?
From the ogre, I'd say probably 20 feet now, maybe less. You play out of the distance if you need to kind of slide about.
Sure, I move closer. I'm 30 feet walking, so I can get within range, and with my rapier, I make an attack on the ogre.
Okay. Can you roll 20 dice, please?
That is an 8.
So against its AC, that is not gonna hit.
Cool.
So you just hit a particularly disgusting and calloused over bit of skin. You're just unable to stick the sword through it, as it's just disgusting and stiff and horrible.
I then use my bonus action to cast Bardic Inspiration to, I guess, Tempest.
Okay. Cool.
Thank you.
So basically, you stab this thing, fail, and just play a quick little ditty to kind of bring the mood back up. Warak, you see all this going on. What would you like to do?
So, I can get a clear line of sight of the creature, right?
Yeah.
How far away am I from it?
Probably about 30 feet.
Blast.
I'll let you slide in if you need to get
Okay, cool.
something.
Okay,
So I was a bit vague with distances earlier, so as you this is a goal kicking off, I'll let you kind of slide about.
that's alright. Okay, right, so with my shield and my one-handed mace equipped, I'm going to charge in there with a roar, slide the final part of the distance, and smack the booger in the shin. Because I can't reach anything high. Right, so roll d20, you say, right?
Please.
Please be good, please be good, please be good. 14?
Yep, that's good enough to hit.
Whew. Okay, and so it's 1d6 plus 3 bludgeoning. Oof, let's roll that. So 7 damage total.
Oof. Another shot. Between the three of you attacking it now, you can see it's kind of starting to get a bit more loose on its feet, but it's still going pretty strong. It goes for a shot with its great club on the tortle that attacked it first.
Oh no.
And that is a 13 against your armor class. So I think that will miss.
Yeah. Could I give the ogre a hard stare? Just after that failed hit, just...
I'll let you do it on your turn. It's just coming up.
Yeah, okay. Never mind.
So basically, as it brings its club over, you're able to get your shell up in time. Ding! It rings out as it hits the shield. Hits your shell. It acts as a shield. Up to the top again, it's Tempest.
Okay, I'm gonna go for the claws again.
Okay.
So... 10?
Nope, it's not gonna hit.
Oh no.
Similar to Elran, you just kind of hits the hard bit of flesh, just scraping down. His claws can't seem to get any kind of grip. If goes for another shot with a sword. He also doesn't manage to get anything. Not a good round here. Elran, save us.
I'm going to use Thunderclap.
Oh.
So everyone within 5 feet of me, including my own party, has to make a Constitution save and beat a 12. And whoever doesn't make that has to take 1d6 of damage.
Okay. So pretty much everyone's in range of this because we're all melee attacking the same character. So if anyone would like to roll a Constitution saving throw, please.
So,
And can you roll the further damage, please, everyone?
so what do we have to get above, sorry?
You have to get above 12.
Ah, whew.
I got a natural 20 there.
Hey, you as well, eh?
Yeah. I'm like, the power of friendship protects us.
Amazingly, Oof also passed, and the ogre
Nice.
failed.
Exactly what I intended.
I rolled an 18 for Oof and a 2 for the ogre.
That's three damage.
Damage? Any other effects?
It's thunder damage. I don't think it leaves any other effect. Let me double check that though. No, it doesn't look like it.
Okie dokie. Morak, you've survived this loud thunderclap. You can see the ogre starting to reel back.
Alright, I'm gonna repeat what I did last time. Go for the shins, Dowie. Let's see what we can do. Come on. Ooh, 15.
That's gonna hit.
Way. Okay, so d6 plus 3. Come on, die. Oh, 4.
Not quite dead yet, but you can see it starting to reel, it's starting to get a bit more bloodied. It's definitely an impact going on.
Gotta sleep.
It goes for a shot on Elran after being hit from the thunderclap.
Oh dear.
Does 17 hit your AC?
Oh, you know it does.
You have to ask.
Use your shell.
I don't have one. We've been over this.
So,
Is there anything we can do in between combat, like in between him swinging and Eldron taking the damage?
what would you like to do?
Get in the way?
Actually, would I have an attack of opportunity if he goes to move?
He's not moved though. You're all crowded.
Oh, has he not? Right, okay.
Swinging
Okay.
back. No, I don't think you can get in the way of someone like that without some
That's
kind of feat or anything.
That's fair.
Elran, how much HP do you have?
Lord.
Some.
Okay,
Why? How much is the damage?
more than 17.
It's 17 damage.
Yeah.
Oh, that's me down then.
It's okay. I'm not gonna let you die. I got you.
So the club smashes into Elran. He just kind of flattens under it, trying to push it off, but he's starting to
smarts.
feel the effects. Back to the top of the team total.
Okay. Like I don't say it out loud, but I think you should have used your shell. Is there any way if I move in front of Elran, does that mean I'm gonna get attacked?
You're all kind of within the same sort of like 5 foot space, because you've all been
Right,
attacking
okay.
Yoga, so you're fine to move about if there's something that you want to do.
Right, okay. No, I was gonna stand in front of Elran and go for the cause again.
Okay, you've kind of wedged your way in between the two. Do you like to roll 20-sided dice, please?
Yep. 60.
Yep, that's a hit.
Nice. Okay.
And roll for damage.
6.
Oh, yep. It's claws this time. You've dug in right deep. Maybe it's as it's leaned over to hit Elran with the club. You've managed to get into like his underbelly and just scratched it all up. See like little bits of blood starting to pour out now, and it takes a lean back and rolls in pain. Oof goes for an attack. Does not get it. He also just again flailing against the skin. Elran, it's your turn. Can you roll a 20-sided dice, please? This will be a saving throw. If you roll over 10, you get like a point towards survival. If you roll under 10, you get a point towards death.
18.
Cool. You get a survival point, so you are close to destabilizing. So you're not dying out as fast now. Morak.
As I said, I've got you, good sir. So upon seeing Elron get smacked by this club and just drop to the floor, I throw my mace down, and how close am I to Elron?
Close enough, like in touching distance.
Okay, I smack my hand down upon them and use my cantrip, Spare the Dying.
Okay, what does that do?
So Spare the Dying, it instantaneously stabilizes a creature that's on 0 hit points.
Perfect. So you don't have to do any more of those checks. Elran, you're now stabilized, so you're not dying out.
How many hit points do I have?
Still 0, but you're not bleeding out or anything now.
Okay.
Behind you, you hear a "Meow" as this displacer kitten jumps over and goes for an attack on the ogre as well. It does not do anything though. Oh, that's a shame. I was so hoping for the kill. Back to the top. I think. Oh no, sorry. It was the ogre's turn.
Aye.
Oh.
I'm trying to be inconspicuous so he doesn't attack me again.
That's alright, if he's got to get to you, he's got to go through me.
And he literally has to go through me.
He goes for a shot on Tempest, but I believe it's rolled low. It's a 16. That's not good enough to beat your AC.
I shake my head and give the hard stare again.
Damn, that shell is tough.
Yep.
Bloody hell. I need a shield made of that.
Back up to the top of the turn then, so Tempest.
I crack my knuckles and
You have knuckles?
go for the tortle knuckles. oh no, sorry. I pretend to crack the knuckle. And I go for the claw again. Ooh, unnatural 20.
Perfect, yep. Shame it's not natural, but yep, unnatural, take it.
Yeah.
Go for the claws again.
Ooh, 8.
Yep. It's wheezing out now, these claws dig into it once again, the same spot. You just hit that same spot twice in a row. You can see its stomach starting to pop out a wee bit. It's
Oh, God.
wiggling on its feet. Up next, also lands a hit. That's 5 damage from him. The sword, so this sword comes across. The sword comes across straight through. Basically, I think now everyone's just peeling on the stomach area. Same bit. Elran, you can't unfortunately do anything this turn. I should have stabilising. Morak, what you want me to do?
So, am I still in... I'm still in melee range, right?
100%, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to grab my mace that I dropped or threw to the floor and smack this guy in the shin again.
Nice.
In fact, no, bugger it. You know, let's disembowel this guy. I'm going to go for a stomach shot. This guy brought down one of my party. He's not getting out alive. 15.
That's a hit.
Hey. Come on, go to sleep.
Not being able to do anything else, I'm just kind of lying there in pain, just playing like a little ditty battle music.
Yes! 9 damage.
Yes. Is that like
Yes,
max
that's
damage?
max damage.
Yeah. Well done. Yeah, and that's enough for that final shot. Mace to the stomach. You can just see it kind of stops for a second, and then eventually it falls backwards. A loud thud. And
Oh, I get it. I get it.
the displacer case sort of pads up to you now, Morak, and drops the flag into your hand.
I pet the kitty and then drop my shield to the floor and pretty much scrabble over to Elrond, uncorking one of my health potions and tilting his head back and pouring it down.
Cool. Is that a 1d8?
2d4 plus 2.
Cool. Can you roll for that one, please?
3, so 6, plus 2, 8.
There you go. So you're back on your feet, stabilised, and now back to some kind of health. And at that point, the halfling Cotswold runs down. He's like, "Wow, that was looking dicey, but you guys pulled through. It was amazing." And he kind of surveys the scene of the other four who are all sort of drunk on the floor now and passed out. They missed all that combat. They had a great time.
Except for the guy who's like stinks like I haven't.
Oh yeah, apart from him, yeah, he's now passed out for other reasons.
I know, it was underhanded of me. I got them drunk on dwarven liquor, but I have my reasons. Those guys were all show, no punch, and I don't think I could have it on my conscience if they went out into the world adventuring and getting themselves killed.
You did what?
I just thought they were really weak because that liquor did nothing to me.
No,
I am shocked and or appalled.
I purified your liquor. I didn't want you two getting drunk.
You did what?
And Cotswold kind of just leaves you to bicker, and as he kind of walks, he goes, "Well, when you're done arguing, I'll see you back in town. I think this is going to be the start of a beautiful, beautiful friendship."
That was a lot of fun. I hope you guys are enjoying this podcast as much as we are making it. If you want to leave us any feedback or spread the good word about our podcast, you can find us at SDRI Pod over on Twitter. And please, drop us a follow, share our stuff, podcasts live and die on word of mouth, so it's really important you can do that. If you want to give us any feedback, if you want to even maybe feature in the show, you can drop us an email at sdripodcast@gmail.com. Give us character names, give us magic items. I might do something with them. I might not. Who knows? But until next time, take it easy.